good, dude. I could testify.
There ain't nobody quite like this. Comfortable in his Christ-likeness. Flip like a light switch. With rhyme sharp as an ice pick. Holy Spirit shaking my arm as I write this. Anointing dripping off my aura 30%. I always leave a nice tip. Homie, I'm a nice kid. Nice with the rhyme scheme. Blinding the competition like some high beams, you know what I mean? Homie, the clown status, you played yourself. Trophies when you pass, you can't take the shelf. You better tame before you play yourself. Like Deontay Wilder and talk trash where you taking L's. Your catalog is a trash heap. You'd have to rap, produce, and direct film just to match me. And you're lazy, so you'll never outtask me. More money, but you'll never outclass me. You're so plastic, you could always outmask me. But in the afterlife is where the last laugh be. Yeah, it's the truth, homie, believe it. Anything else and you've been duped, homie. You clearly need to listen to my album looped, homie. Then go take good notes on what to do, homie. Don't worry if I'm hood enough. Just be concerned if you're even good enough to speak my name, much less burn it up. We all be the maker and your turn will come. Plus I heard down in hell that to turn it on. What you wanna stop us? What you wanna stop us? What you wanna stop us? What you wanna stop us?
Uncircumcised Philistine head looking chop.
Get him, D!
Every line that I quote is packed with the high dosage of a cure that can give the blind divine focus and make the eyes open. Reverse the psychosis with the shock that can revive the mind at high voltage. As they ingest the cure and accept the Lord. Pray on the threshing floor and connect with God. I know the devil and his demons will be angry and attack, but they can rest assured we'll be dressed for war. Just like the story of David and Goliath, if there are giants in my way. But just like two boxers weighing in, right before they contend, we're facing off and I will slay them giants, cause God has given me what it takes to win. The devil's like a hungry lion that's been caged and then let loose. He's on the hunt and he wants to see Dayton's end. He wants to kill me before these lyrics escape the pen, cause God is glorified and these rhymes can be traced to him. I do the matrix bend, dodging arrows Satan sends. My shield of faith won't dent, my armor isn't paper thin. This sword is cut through bone if it was waved at him. So tell the devil I am on my job but won't accept the wage of sin. He cannot hold my tongue, it's like a loaded gun, ready to pop off like Peter, boy I go ham. Noah's son, this for his chosen ones. Just know that the cobra's underneath the foot of Christ. So if we walk like him, we overcome. One.
Who said they gonna stop us? Him?
What you wanna stop us? Sure, buddy. What you wanna stop us?
Alright guys, we're gonna get straight into it. This is a video that was uploaded by NASA a little while ago. It's supercomputer simulation sheds light on the moon's origin. So let's see what NASA thinks happened to create the moon. We got two orange balls in this vacuum of space. And they collide. And what is this, dude? It's a liquid? Are these like balls of lava? So yeah, this is what NASA is telling us is the origins of the universe. And of course it's right, because a supercomputer said so. Super, very realistic. This is all happening in a vacuum of space. We got, I mean, I don't even know what I'm looking at right now. Just look at this madness. This is, and people think this is real. I wish I was there to see it, but I'm glad I wasn't there to see it. Having one moon is cool, but basically, like, people actually buy this stuff, dude. Like, yeah, that's definitely not the origins of the universe. I hate to tell you. So we're just gonna, I'm kind of rapid firing this stream.
What they
This one is about, this whole stream is kind of about like the artificial sun, two suns, different patents and things. So we're gonna, like I said, just kind of fire through it.
On artificial blowing.
This guy's using an awful voice changer or whatever, so I'm just gonna mute it. But yeah, there's definitely some anomalies with the sun. A couple examples of it kind of being a hexagon and almost like an LED. Some of the patents. Yeah, so that video I didn't really plan on going through. I just wanted to show you some examples. I do have some actual live examples here, so we're going to get into these. If you haven't already, drop a like. Appreciate everybody coming. And yeah, so we're getting into it now. So yeah, artificial sun patent here. I believe this is in Japan, 2014. An artificial sun is characterized in that an accent light is arranged on a hydrogen balloon. Yep. They're putting these things in hydrogen balloons. An electric winding device is arranged on the ground, connected with the electric winding device through ropes. The hydrogen balloon is controlled by lifted through the electric winding device. Yeah. So here's a patent for that. Like I said, I'm just gonna be banging through this. Here's another sun patent. Artificial sun is characterizing. This is the same patent just on Google. Here's another patent with a couple diagrams. This is what it looks like. It's a kind of a honeycomb pattern, as you can see. And that brings me into this video right here, which I find very interesting. What do you guys think about this? Do you guys notice anything straight away? Oh yeah, look at the lens flares, guys. Look at the lens flares. They're supposedly filming two suns in this video, right? And if you look at the lens flare, it looks an awful lot like this, doesn't it? It looks an awful lot like that. So let's continue playing it. Here's the lens flare. Look at that. Two suns, and it's two separate lens flares as well.
This is crazy. I have taken tons of pictures in this exact spot, and I have never seen this.
Two suns, yeah. And it looks like one of the suns is obviously more bright than the other. But yeah, when she starts zooming in, you'll be able to tell right away on the lens flare. Hold on, let's see. Right. It's going to get there. She's not using the best camera. It looks like she's just on her phone based on the aspect ratio. Here it is. Yep. Look at these lens flares dancing around.
Here.
You can see it there. Some weird stuff going on.
This. What is that?
It's much more clear on the thumbnail of the video, but yeah, it's very similar to the pattern. It's very interesting.
I can see it. There's the moon.
So not only is there two suns in the sky, the moon is also in the sky. We're going to continue here. On to the next video. Let's see. Share this one. Another example of like two suns in the sky. It's just a random dude. This has one like. This has one like. Like, this isn't even like mainstream content, guys. Very weird stuff, and it's all over the place. It's not just like one random dude. Now this video is yeah, there's definitely some weird stuff going on. Here's another example. This could be, a lot of people say it's refraction.
Okay, so here I am out here in September, and as you can see, there's obviously a really very clear planet that is right north of the sun.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't know if I'd call it a planet, but
And wow, I would love to say it was the moon, but since the moon happens to be right here,
yeah, the moon is right there. Like, what? This is a great flat Earth video. Most of these people posting these sun videos don't even know it either.
on the opposite side, there's no way it is. And since we all have been taught in school that Mercury and Venus do not show up, oh, just look at that planet just beaming and shining right now.
Yeah, it's very interesting. So we got a couple more. A different video. Based on this one, it actually looks more real. Very interesting. So I have really one more final video to play, and it's kind of a longer one, and then we'll get out of here and end the short stream. So let me just pull that up quickly. Let's see. All right, so these people went to Antarctica around the same time that Duffy and everybody else did, but they took a flight to see the midnight sun. And this is their video and their kind of encounters and what they filmed doing that. I do want to preface this before I start the video by showing you guys this, though. Like I said, I'm just rapid firing it in there. All right, so I'm filming my Discord here. But yeah, so I talked to a photographer and he sent me this. This is with a solar filter. But yeah, so there's a sun here and then what appears to be a reflection of the sun, supposedly. I don't know. I have no idea. But I asked him to clarify. I said, did you ever see it without the filter? He said, I've never seen it without the filter, but it's there every time I look for it. So that's another interesting thing to think about. Supposedly this guy can literally film it whenever he wants. And also, like, he's shown me the clip. You just saw it. So it's definitely a thing. Whoops, didn't mean to stream that. Let me go back and do this. Okay, cool. Here we are. Yeah, so before we go into it, I do want to show the same footage because these people have the same footage that guy's did. He said that was in Hawaii. This was supposedly in Antarctica. Same type of thing, guys. Same type of thing. Hold on, let me find it. Here it is. Look at that. We got one dot here and another dot there. This is obviously with a solar filter. But the same phenomenon here. You have this one over here and that one right there. It gets much more clear the more we get into it. I think it's right around here. Check this out. Look at that. What is the one on the top? And they're zooming in on. You can't zoom in on a lens flare, guys. So that's not a lens flare. That can't be a lens flare. It's just not possible. And then you go down, and this one is obviously illuminating more. So I don't know what it is. I think it's some type of reflection, something like that. But yeah, it's certainly strange to say the least. I mean, look at that. This was supposedly above Antarctica. We'll play a little bit of the beginning of the video. I just wanted to skip to that part because it was about the sun. But this whole expedition was
the
about
Antarctic sun, unveiling the truth behind flat Earth. 3 objectives for this video. 1. To portray an accurate time sequence of sun footage during our flight. 2. To provide an animation of what we saw on the flight. We asked Sweetheart by Jenny to help us portray the events on our flight with her incredible digital animations. 3. To correct the errors we...
Thanks everybody for coming in, by the way. I do appreciate it. Like I said, it's going to be kind of a short stream. We're just kind of stalling over till I go on PJs, and I did want to get some of this information out.
Knowingly made in the first video. The errors in our previous video included 8 incorrect timestamps, B, stating there were no lens flares at some points
we're gonna kind of skip
throughout the night. 9:30 p.m. arrived in Antarctica.
So this is their flight path.
1:45 a.m.
I think they
departed
actually
from
have a different video of this. This is like a re-upload, so let me find out. I recommend you guys give them a follow. They have no like subscribers or views, and they literally like flew out to Antarctica the same time Will Duffy and all them did. So you know, you got to give props where it's due. I think this is the one. Yeah, this is the one. This is much more of an analysis video. So I'll post a link for this for sure. You guys should definitely give them a follow and a like.
Witnessing the
and it was a midnight sun. They saw a midnight sun for sure. But as you can see, at certain times, it looks like the sun, like here, is below the horizon. And then now it's above it, right? So, yeah, this is a great video. It's super long too.
And the sun and moon are lights in the firmament as written in Genesis 1. A video explaining this in detail is how does the Bible describe Earth. Alua made the dome and the greater light, sun, and the lesser light, moon. I am Yahuwah, and there is none else. Repent, and be baptized in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach. Forget not
I think they're a bit messianic from the sounds of it.
My Torah,
but
let your heart guard my commandments. All glory and praise to Yahuwah who said we could. We were not able to recheck this information. as we only flew on this flight once. We obviously need others to confirm this information we have collected. This is the flight path we followed as indicated by Flight Radar 24. Using this information, we can make approximate times for 5 p.m. departed from Melbourne, 9:30 p.m. arrived in Antarctica. The pilot told us it was about 4 hours of flight time to see ice. 1:45 a.m. departed from Antarctica. 6:30 a.m. arrived in Melbourne. Using a flat Earth map, this is the area we explored from the air. Flying to Antarctica from Melbourne, the sun was getting closer to the horizon and was moving further away. We were traveling south, yet the sun was traveling west. During this flight, we had a number of cameras to use to record the journey. They all recorded differently during our flight. Lens flares became more prominent as we flew towards Antarctica. It is not recommended to point a camera lens at the sun.
But they did bring the solar filter, which is great because that minimizes it. And, you know, you can't zoom in on a lens flare, and that's what they were doing. So.
Flying across Antarctica. During the journey to Antarctica, the sun was getting further away. The sun was moving slowly down onto the wing of the plane and the sky was getting dimmer. At 9:54 p.m., the sun changed suddenly and noticeably. The sun became very bright and very white.
See what I mean? Yeah, the sun, I have noticed that. Yeah, that's kind of weird. I'm not saying, oh, it's the second sun or whatever, but it wouldn't surprise me, man, because it does shift. I've noticed it.
And it became very difficult to look at the sun. People started putting on their sunglasses to ease the glare.
Possibly it was a reflection, you know what I mean? It went from the actual sun to, you know, the sun bouncing off the firmament. I have no idea, but...
The sun also stopped going down from our visual perspective and started moving higher in the sky. This was easy to observe as we were on the wing and could see it change suddenly.
So I guess this is kind of the change between the white light and the yellow.
This is what we witnessed. The sun was coming down onto the wing of the plane. Then the sun stopped suddenly and started rising up and getting brighter, wider and bigger. The sun continued to rise and get brighter as we flew until around midnight. We believed we were no longer seeing the real sun, but we were actually seeing a reflection, mirror image, of the sun off the firmament.
Yeah, exactly what I was saying. Yeah, precisely. Either that or it's NASA's artificial sun and it's a big-ass LED up there, and that's why it's a white LED looking light.
Look at the small spot above each reflected sun.
Yeah, and they can see, look at that. Look at, here it is. It's basically the same thing they were filming with the solar filter, actually. That's very interesting. Yeah, you can literally see it. So, yeah, there's definitely some weird reflections going off.
They are not lens flares. The reversed inverted sun is above. The reflected sun, like a rainbow, is much bigger and brighter.
Dude, that's crazy. They're zooming in on it. That's not a lens flare, yeah. Wow, I haven't even actually seen that. The only thing I saw mostly was the part where they did it with the solar filter right here. But yeah, wow, they can literally see it without the filter. That's crazy.
Again, as we were leaving Antarctica, the sun was not as bright and white, but became more yellow, and we saw the sun coming from the east, which was behind the plane. During the entire flight.
Yeah, so the sun did set. Meanwhile, we got Duffy in Antarctica literally the same time. Look when they flew. This was last year in December. Yeah, so around the same time, Duffy and all them did it. And as you can see, we have the sun hitting the horizon. Now, you could argue, oh, you know, they didn't go far enough on the plane, whatever, yada, 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 but...
We were watching either the sun or the sun's reflection off the firmament. We never saw the dark of the night. From a scriptural perspective, the Book of Enoch tells us that the sun travels clockwise in the firmament across a flat earth. When it is summer in the southern orbit, the sun travels clockwise in gate 1 for 31 days and 30
Yeah, I've
days.
seen it described in the gates like that. I don't know how accurate this is, obviously, but yeah, I've heard it described.
Hence
like
why there are 24 hours of daylight in Antarctica around this time of year. There are some great videos on describing the gates that the sun and moon move through, Enoch 72 to 75. We recommend...
Yeah, if you haven't read it, I've read it. It's very interesting, yeah.
And watching this video by the organized Earth. This video describes the sun from the northern ring perspective, not the southern ring perspective. Even though this video by the organized Earth is a good explanation, It requires clarification on 3 points.
I'm
1.
gonna skip ahead a little
From a
bit.
fixed location for 1 year. This elongated figure 8 shape is easily explained on a flat Earth with a firmament using Enoch's 6
Yeah, the Analemma, right?
gates. This video by GeoTruth explains how a 24-hour sun is possible on a flat Earth with a firmament. Navigation data proves firmament. GeoTruth makes a claim that there is an error on the Gleason's map. We can confirm that there is indeed an error on the Gleason's map.
Okay, well that's
We
good, I guess.
saw what we believe to be the reflected sun while flying over Antarctica at midnight. Our first glimpse of ice.
Bunch of pictures, very nice. Yeah, this is a very in-depth, nice video. Like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna cover the whole thing here, so definitely give them a follow. I dropped a link in the chat. They have less followers than I do, and they're doing way more work for Flat Earth than me, so. Skip ahead a little bit.
Departing Antarctica to return to Melbourne. On the flight from Antarctica, the yellow of the sun returned, so we believe this was now the real sun. The bright, white light from the reflected sun was no longer seen. It was very difficult to capture the sun on the return flight, as the sun was coming from behind us most of the journey. Hence, it was difficult to see the sun through the plane's window.
Yeah, I get that. They flew, this was like supposedly their flight path here. I don't know exactly where that's at, but that's where they were saying they flew.
On the return flight, as the sun was coming from behind the sun are lit up. Let's watch part of this video again in slow motion. If the sun is about 150 million kilometers away from Earth, how come only some of the clouds are bright?
Yeah, it does kind of look like it's being lit from the bottom up, no? Not from the top. Yeah. Yeah, it's a very interesting video. The directions, this is an interesting.
We were treated to manna from heaven. How amazing! Compass directions are reversed in Antarctica. During the flight, this explanation was provided about why
This is
the
very interesting, the directions and how the compass was kind of like manipulated in a way.
directions on compasses are reversed in Antarctica. Remember, on a flat Earth with a firmament, we do not have a south geographical pole. North is at the center, and south is opposite on the outer circumference.
If you think about that, you're going to end up with the north end of the compass pointing to the south geographic pole.
Sorry, I know the audio is not great, guys, but I think it's the like pilot over the intercom talking to him.
Think hard about this to get your head properly around it. But the north
Maybe
end
I
of
can
the
get
compass
subtitles on because it's really hard to understand what he's saying. He's saying something about the North Pole and the compass, though.
pointing to the south geographic pole. It's astonishing. You really think hard about this to get your head properly around it. But the north end of the compass is pointing at the south geographic pole. And as a result, in order to travel west, you have to travel compass east. And when
He's
you
saying if you're traveling west, you're traveling compass east. If you're traveling south, you're actually traveling north on the compass. Very weird stuff. I think they explain it, though.
Using Google Earth, we flew from Melbourne, Australia to Antarctica. This flight was in a southeast direction. Compass directions are correct. Once in Antarctica, every time the pilot wanted to travel west, he needed to travel compass east. When heading back to Australia, every time the pilot wanted to travel east, he needed to travel compass west. After leaving Antarctica, the pilot could now fly northwest with compass directions being correct again. This means east and west in Antarctica looks like this. East and west are reversed. Remember, this only happens in Antarctica on a globe. So if east and west are reversed, then north and south are reversed too. We have to keep the compass points in the correct order. Never eat soggy wheat bix. This reversed, or upside down, compass is how pilots navigate when flying in Antarctica. Instead, let's try navigating Antarctica on a flat Earth map. Before we do, let's clarify our compass directions on a flat Earth. North is the center point. South is always opposite north. South is the outer circumference of Earth. which is Antarctica. East always travels anticlockwise, west to east. West always travels clockwise, east to west. We flew from Melbourne, Australia to Antarctica. This flight was in a southeast direction. Once in Antarctica, every time the pilot wanted to travel away from Australia, he needed to travel east. East is following along the coastline of Antarctica. When heading back towards Australia in the opposite direction, the pilot needed to travel west to follow the coastline of Antarctica. After leaving Antarctica, the pilot flew northwest. Notice how the directions on the compass never reverse on a flat Earth map. This is the compass used on a flat Earth with a firmament. This is the same compass used everywhere else, including the North Pole. Which compass makes more sense to use in Antarctica? An upside-down compass used on a globe, or a normal compass used on a flat Earth?
I think the AI spazzed out there. Oh. Yeah, this is actually a great video. Like I said, I dropped a link to it in the chat. You guys should give them a follow.
Why do compasses not work on a globe? On a globe, Antarctica is a circular continent at the South Pole, so it appears the pilot needs to travel west to go around the perimeter. On a flat Earth with a firmament, Antarctica is the outer circumference of a circle, so the pilot needs to travel compass east to go around the perimeter. On a globe, traveling the opposite way, the pilot needs to travel east to go around the perimeter. On a flat Earth with a firmament, the pilot needs to travel compass west to go around the perimeter. Vendée Globe Race. To help with understanding, let's take a look at how yachts sail around the flat Earth. Thanks to Sweet Art by Jenny for providing the following animation of how boats sail in the Vendée Globe Race on a flat Earth. The skippers in the Vendée Globe Race believe they are traveling west around Antarctica's coastline, but they are actually traveling east. Compass directions while flying to and from Antarctica. During the journey, we checked our direction of travel on a compass we brought. We would lie the compass on the armrest in the direction of travel, so later we could confirm the direction of travel of the plane. This photo was taken at 10:43 p.m. It showed that the plane was heading in an easterly direction for the majority of the plane trip to Antarctica. We are aware that the north needle is meant to face north on the compass. However, we made the compass face north in the direction of the plane's travel. Then we could refer back to the compass needle in our photos to obtain the correct direction of the plane's flight path. This photo was taken at 4:17 a.m. It showed that the plane was heading in an almost westerly direction for the majority of the plane trip to return to Melbourne. The flight path on our screen did not always match the flight path on our compass. The plane was flying south according to the screen. However, our compass says we were flying northeast. The first image had the compass facing in the direction of the plane's travel, and the second image had the compass facing north. Therefore, looking at a Gleason's map, we could see that on the flight to Antarctica, we were traveling southeast, then turned east to follow parallel to Antarctica's coastline. On the return journey, we were following parallel to Antarctica's coastline in a westerly direction. Then we turned northwest to fly towards Melbourne. Jet streams move in an anticlockwise direction around Earth, so it is faster to travel west to east than east to west. This video, titled Pilot Speaks Out, explains jet streams well.
Yeah, so I'm going to stop it here, guys. I'm going to try to go catch PJ's stream. I'm going to end with a song. I might do another Chris Yoon Files episode tonight because he just dropped a... I'll give you a preview. It says, after what we saw today, I think those mass arrests for treason are coming. And he's talking about Trump, and here it is, QAnon. So we'll save this for a later stream, probably later tonight. I think that'll be a good one. But yeah, I'm going to just end with a song. Thank you guys for coming. Go check out PJ's stream. He's going to be live here in about 5 minutes. So, yep, thanks for coming, guys. It was a quick one, but I think I got a lot of good information out there. So thanks for stopping by.
Crazy. Jesus is good, dude. I can testify.
Like I said, I'm going to be going live again tonight on the Chris Yoon Files, so that'll be a good one.
There ain't nobody quite like this. Comfortable in this Christ-likeness. Flip like a light switch. With rhyme sharp as an ice pick. Holy Spirit shaking my arm as I write this. Anointing dripping off my aura 30%. I always leave a nice tip. Homie, I'm a nice kid. Nice with the rhyme scheme. Blinding the competition like some high beams, you know what I mean? Homie, the clown status, you played yourself. Trophies when you pass, you can't take the shelf. You better tame before you play yourself. Like Deontay Wilder and talk trash where you taking L's. Your catalog is a trash heap. You'd have to rap, produce, and direct film just to match me. And you're lazy, so you'll never outtask me. More money, but you'll never outclass me. You're so plastic, you could always outmask me. But in the afterlife is where the last laugh be. Yep, it's the truth, homie, believe it. Anything else and you've been duped, homie. You clearly need to listen to my album looped, homie. Then go take good notes on what to do, homie. Don't worry if I'm hood enough. Just be concerned if you're even good enough to speak my name, much less burn it up. We all be the maker and your turn will come. Plus I heard down in hell that to turn it on. What you wanna stop us? What you wanna stop us? What you wanna stop us? What you wanna stop us?
Yo, so uncircumcised Philistine head looking trying.
Get him, D!
Every line that I quote is packed with the high dosage of a cure that can give the blind divine focus and make the eyes open. Reverse the psychosis with the shock that can revive the mind at high voltage. It's taking just the cure and accept the Lord. Pray on the threshing floor and connect with God. I know the devil and his demons will be angry and attack, but they can rest assured we'll be dressed for war. Just like the story of David and Goliath, there are giants in my way. But just like two boxers weighing in, right before they contend, we're facing off and I will slay them giants, cause God has given me what it takes to win. The devil's like a hungry lion that's been caged and then let loose. He's on the hunt and he wants to see Dayton's end. He wants to kill me before these lyrics escape the pen, cause God is glorified and these rhymes can be traced to him. I do the matrix bend, dodging arrows Satan sends. My shield of faith won't dent, my armor isn't paper thin. This sword would cut through bone if it was waved at him. So tell the devil I am on my job but won't accept the wage of sin. He cannot hold my tongue, it's like a loaded gun, ready to pop off like Peter, boy I go ham. Noah's son, this for his chosen ones. Just know that the cobra's underneath the foot of Christ. So if we walk like him, we overcome. One.
Yeah, we swinging jawbones. Yeah, we swinging. Yeah, we swinging. Yeah, we swinging jawbones. Yeah, we swinging. Yeah, we swinging. Yo, I got a calling on my life, so you know the devil tempting me. A battle rages on. I got a shield of faith protecting me. These hands were meant to heal. Right now they might bless some teeth. Catch my shortest sermon ever. Rest in peace. Put hell up on their GPS. I'm taking them all home. Swinging like Samson with the jawbone. Like David Hayes and Goliath said to the sky. We swinging for the most high's throne, so we fly home. Entertainment, homie, this is ministry. We soldiers in an infantry that's living for infinity. Forget the world's lies. We march into a different beat. We here to slay the giants in this industry. Forget defeat. Man, we thumping through the jungles, showing hope to those stuck up in their struggles, and showing love to those coming from the rubble, rising up together, locking arms, running through our troubles. Let's go now. Victory be the mind state. Death was defeated, 3 days was the time frame. An empty tomb, a virgin womb. Jesus is the only one we're looking to who can reduce the crime rate. So we're bringing them to every block we posted on 4 walls. That's exactly what we go beyond. Eagles in the sky, watch us fly as we soar along. New recruits added daily, just enjoy the song. Yeah, we swinging. Yeah, we swinging. Yeah, we swinging jawbones. Yeah, we swinging. Yeah, we swinging.
Satan's faculty is majesty, and they are actively attacking me. They wanna snatch my peace and see me stressed from a lack of sleep. They're mad cause we impacting these kids when we rap the beats. We point them to our majesty and he will set them shackles free. Go and tell them I'm not a stranger to this savagery. I will happily accept their challenge cause I snack on beef. I'm Samson with a jawbone swinging like Agassi, holding his tennis racket. Be the impact of me smashing teeth. My enemies will be laid out unconscious at my feet as I wave his banner and woven into the tapestry is the blood of of Christ, this is what happens when passion meets His Holy Spirit and His strength, they are no match for me. So heed the message from me and settlers. We suggest that you be aggressive to seek the blessed King when you're being tested. When you see Jesus' peace, it's not like when you see a necklace. It means you see Him stop your storms and to redirect it.
Yeah, in trials, He's the one I call on.
He'll take a group of average disciples and make them all strong. He can turn the man into David throwing hard stones. Moses with a staff, Samson with a jawbone. Gideon looking at his army, sending them all home. Except for 300 into victory, he'd march on. Yeah, man, I pray you get the gist of these bars. When the Father's on your side, there is victory.
Yeah, we swinging jaws.